All right. Welcome everybody to the Red Stars post-match press conference. We have Coach Petrucelli here with us. If you have a question, please use the raise your hand function and I'll use it to call on you. Any questions for Coach? Claire?
Hey, Chris, appreciate the time as always. Wondered if you could just start by giving us your evaluation of the game. Obviously, tale of two very different halves. Maybe just your impressions of the first half and then what happened in the second half there.
Yeah, I mean, I thought we were in the game, you know, relatively even. I thought we started pretty well. We had the ball. You know, they were obviously very talented and dangerous. And, you know, we were in it at halftime, and I think we lost a little bit of discipline in the second half, and we paid for it.
And then how do you regroup after it seemed like there was a little bit of composure lost in the second half there on the field? Still might have all to play for next week. How do you begin to regroup after a performance like that?
Yeah, I mean, I think certainly, you know, our lack of composure hurt us, and you know, now we're going to be without a couple of pretty important players to us. But you know, Claire, it's the same process we go through every game. You know, we'll go back, we'll look at the video, we'll see what we can learn from it. We'll go back into training and try to prepare for the next one. I don't know that our process is going to change that much, but clearly we got to get going in the right direction here really fast.
And then last one, just about the starting lineup. Can you talk a little bit about making the choice to have Yuki start at forward and what your idea is for the rotation for that position in particular?
Yeah, so look, there were a few things going on that, you know, aren't obviously, they aren't obvious to everybody, but, you know, Rachel Hill was, you know, she was listed as available, but she really wasn't available. She's had a little bit of a hip flexor issue. So that, you know, affected the wingback situation. And then Morgan being available for more minutes, you know, gave us some flexibility in midfield that we haven't had all year. And so in order to keep, you know, Vanessa, Danny, Mal, Yuki, and Morgan on the field, it made sense to move Yuki into the 9. Yuki's played at the 9. Actually, I thought she did quite well until the game got out of hand. But I was really happy with what she did as a 9. But it was just trying to incorporate Morgan, and we knew Morgan wasn't going to be able to go 92. So we had some plans for later in the game, but obviously the game changed.
And then last one, I mean, it's a little bit early. You guys are just coming off of the game, but looking at the defense for next week, what immediately comes to mind thinking about how you're going to set that up with Zoe in particular not going to be available?
Yeah, I think that there's, the good news is we're getting more and more minutes out of Gilly. So we still have Gilly and Amanda and Tatum, but we may have to make a choice of whether it's a 4-back or a 3-back, and kind of go from there. We got some work to do on figuring that piece out.
Thanks, Chris. Safe travels back.
Sure.
Thanks, Claire. Theo, go ahead.
Hi, Chris. What was the mood like at halftime? Obviously not the worst first half performance. What was kind of the mission as the players went out for second half?
We knew we were in the game. It was sort of more of the same, but maybe I wanted to see him take a little bit more risk when we got the ball forward. I felt like there were a number of times we got the ball forward, and instead of going at him, we passed it backwards, and maybe we were giving him a little bit too much respect as we were going forward. But I mean, clearly the game changed quickly in the second half.
And on that kind of the game-changing moments, you say lack of discipline. Do you think there's anything else behind kind of the unraveling that happened?
No, I mean, you saw it. Like, we made a couple of, poor decisions, I think.
Cheers. Thanks so much for your time, Chris. Appreciate it.
Sure.
Thanks, Theo and Claire. I'll have a recording made available shortly. Thanks, Chris. Safe flight back.
Yeah.